to start making some basic decisions because I do not have monk training. I do not have proficiencies. I do not have monk AC to take care of my +5 wisdom. Any of that. So I really don't have any class abilities, any proficiencies, and I paid for 4 feats, but I haven't picked any. So we're going to do this. Traits, you can just dump here. I am going to go with reactionary in it, and then endurance. And I didn't put this on my hack, but for anybody that wants 1 extra endurance point, we're going to cover that in a second. Just type endurance for trait, +1 endurance. So we're going to go back to combat. We're going to find a place for you to track endurance here. Damage reduction is going to go here. This is your defense, and it goes right on this line. Damage reduction is going to be 3 because of my natural armor. And then, how are we going to track endurance? That is going to be interesting. I don't think there's a place on this sheet for me to track endurance. That is unfortunate. Well, we're going to have to go back to the notes page and decide which I pull out of here. So we are going to pull force and replace it with earth. And then we're going to pull fire. We're going to be an earth mage. And we are going to add in below here monk training. Improved unarmed strike. Dodge. And we are going to do dragon style. 1 XP. Monk damage. 1d6. 1 XP. Monk AC. Wisdom to insight. To XP, like so. I have now spent the 4 I deleted from Fire Seed, and I still lack Flurry and the ability which I'm going to replace with Fuse Style. So I need to afford that somehow, and I might need to pull one of my feats to afford that. So we're going to cut back. I now have 3 feats to pick, but I did pick up 3 feats, and this gives me a damage boost down the line. So we're going to do Fuse Style. Replaces Flurry of Blows. 1 XP. I have now spent every single one of my 70 out of 70. So Creation XP, 70 out of 70 spent. So this is what this is kind of what I'm looking for here. You have your creation XP, 70 out of 70 spent, 25 character creation, 44 point buy, 1 XP raise. Saves 202 with the cost, 6 XP. And this way I have the math I need in order to help you if you have a question or if we need to redo your character, etc., etc. From here, you would input, I'm going to get acrobatics so I can tumble. I am going to get escape artist so I can do that. I am going to get perception. I am going to get spellcraft. I am going to get stealth. I am going to maybe I'm going to want to do Manus style. So I'm going to click heal. I spent 5. I have 8 to spend. So knowledge. Arcana. So I can understand the nature of spellcasting and dragons and stuff. Knowledge. Planes? Because I am an extra planner being, right? I have now spent my 8 points. Oh, I'm not a human. I am not skilled. Yoink. We're just going to pull 1 real quick. I paid for 6. I get 1 for intelligence. Yoink. And it will, if you click this box, it will count trained here in the end result. If you don't click that box, it won't work. And you saw, you click this button, knowledge, craft, perform, profession. And then you just type in the line under it to categorize. So we are back here. Perception, if I typed in perception, it will add the 9. And I'm going to type dark vision 60 feet. We have all of that fun stuff. Equipment. I have no proficiencies. I am a barehanded fighter that does not wear armor. I'm not going to pay 14 XP to be able to cast in armor. What I am going to do is I'm going to go back to my hack, and this is what I purchased, Monk AC Monk Insight for 2 XP. I have 12 XP for the difference between casting in full plate with a shield and what I spent. So it'll be 3 XP for me to get +1 insight, and then 6 XP for the +2 upgrade, and then 9 XP for the +3 upgrade. So for 9 XP in addition to this, I'll get a +2 to AC. For 9 more, it bumps to +3 on top of my wisdom. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's not full plate, but it is dodge and not DR in this system. Down the road, I'm probably going to want to get weapon specialization, abundant step. What else am I looking for? I don't want any of this. I might want to get like bravery and replace it with something. I am probably going to want to pick up evasion, fast movement, obviously when I can afford it. This is what I replaced with fused blows. I'm going to want to pick up key pool later, key strike magic, and I picked up these 2. What else might I want? Style Strike would be really nice. I could get like a trip. What else? I reworked War Mage's Edge. You must have access to the following 4 seeds, 4 elemental, as well as armor, force, destruction, award. That might really fit my concept. I just need to get 8 seed access. And by access, I mean you must have first level, not just the cantrip level. You must have access and pay the like 4 XP per for 8 of them, and that way you have a broad understanding of like war magic, the ability to protect yourself and the ability to do damage. So that might be a goal I go for. But for now, I really just need to do inventory and actions. So inventory, I'm not going to get into terribly much, but I will need, where's equipment, items, I will need a spell component pouch. So we're going to type that in here and just drag it over here. I am going to need I mean, at that point I have 745 gold pieces left. There's a bunch of stuff I can get. A bunch of stuff. Most of this stuff I can't afford, however. So I could get a backpack and fill it with stuff. Stuff like that. Basics, bedroll. Bedroll. Etc. And then you just like scroll to the next page. This doesn't have everything, but it's got a bunch of stuff. I don't need a bucket. Caltrops might be nice. There's some options here. I could get a case for scrolls. Chalk is always good to have to mark your way. I don't need a climber's kit. I don't climb. Options. I'm not going to go over this stuff too much. Actions. You are going to want to add a spell class. Switch it to spontaneous. Or actually switch it to, not spontaneous. You're going to want to switch it to Scion. And I'm just going to type in Battle Mage. And what we have here is Wisdom. And I'm going to, with a 20 Wisdom and only access to first level spells, I believe, let's go back to the SRD so you know where to find those. Ability scores. This is how we generate PP. I have a 20 score. I get 2 first level spells, so I get 2 SP extra from attribute. Once I hit caster level 3, I get this slot. Caster level 5, I get this slot. Caster level 7, I get this slot. Caster level 9, I get this slot. So these 4 things here, all of this SP, I do not unlock yet. You only unlock what you can cast, so that's 2 SP. So we're going to go back, and I have, I paid for 7, and I got 2 more, that's 9. So you put 9 on the left, max, and then 0 points used. That's important. So concentration check, I don't have any extras. Spell penetration, I have no extras. And what we want to do is we want to just type like 9 in here for what you can actually cast. And then it'll give you this pop-up, add spell, add spell. So you can make up your own spells, but for now it's mainly going to be like, I want to do effect of cantrip 0 level no cost touch spell for 1d4. You just, so like I'm using my Earth Seed as a cantrip to do 1d4 damage at touch for no cost, and you roll. Like so, just, you know, say it in game. And then I am paying 1 SP to target myself with Stone Hands, is what I'm going to call it. And it's going to do it's going to be 1 round per caster level, and this guy, his caster level is 2 with Earth spells, so he would get 2 rounds. He would cast it as a standard, and it would light up his hands for 2 rounds, and it would allow him a touch as a part of the action to deal 6 damage for 2 rounds. So I wouldn't even roll. That's how I'm going to do duration spells with these seeds. So to explain, I need to go back to the hack, right? Earth is right down here. Earth is 1d4 cantrip, or 1d6 per cast level, cap 5 for an instant spell. I'm also going to do max dice, but only 1 dice rolled, essentially, so 6 for a duration instead. So if I want to, you know, hit somebody per attack, it would be 6 per attack. So we're gonna that would be, you know, 2 attacks with my guy. So I would cast it the first round, and the next round I would get a +6 damage from my Stone Hands spell. And the longer I have that spell running, the more attacks I can do. It kind of like Produce Flame or Chill Strike. You get rounds, and then each tap is 1 round's worth. So that's what we can do there. So if I were to pay, once I go up and buy my next caster level with more XP and another hit dice increase, I would have 3 caster level, and I could afford to pay 3 XP by increasing the duration and pick up minute per caster level and get a bunch of touches with my guy. And that's going to be kind of my build, like a Stone Hands, where I get 3 minutes worth of duration, and I can pop per round and build a long-lasting self-buff that gives me damage. And I will have, with my attributes, I will have 2 attacks per round. So I'm not going to be crazy with just 2 attacks per round and no flurry of blows. But where is my style feats? Dragon style. Where are we here? Dragon style gives me this neat stuff. While using this style, you gain a +2 bonus on saving throws against sleep, paralysis, and stunning. You ignore difficult terrain when you charge, run, or withdraw. You can charge through squares that contain allies. Furthermore, you can add 1.5 times your strength bonus on the damage roll of your first unarmed strike in a given round. So instead of +4, I deal +6 on my first strike per round, and I bypass this with Fuse Style. That's why I took Fuse Style, and eventually I can pair Manus Style or Snapping Turtle or something else with Dragon Style as I progress. So we're gonna look into, you know, whether it's worth it for me to take the next step here, and I think it is. Oh, I forgot Stunning Fist on my list of feats. That's my bad. So I messed that up. We gotta go back to this. I have to replace dodge. Good thing I didn't account for it yet. With stunning fist. Because dragon style goes in place of dodge. 5 here. So my dodge is 17. So ignore touch AC. Flat-footed is 5, like so. That would be my monk. And then this would give me 5 to CMD. CMB wouldn't go up though. So, I have a +5 to hit. I have 3 feats to purchase. So, am I going to want to do maybe toughness? Or let's do improved natural armor because I can. +1 defense. And I am going to do weapon focus, unarmed strike, and I believe I want to do dragon ferocity, which is where I was at. Double strength mod on first attack, 1.5 iteratives. That's the key thing. So my first attack per round with unarmed and I'm going to name them Dragon Strikes. How about that? I get 2 attacks per round, and I'm just going to click this box and hit 2, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do strength +1, and I'm going to type +5 because it's not a standard iterative. I'm not doing that. So you want to balance, because Pathfinder automatically subtracts 5, 10, 15 here. We don't want that. Damage, I am going to add, and we're going to drag a d6 into this box. We are going to multiple, we don't want that. Maximum ability to apply, okay. Oh yeah, we want to... How am I gonna do this? Oh, I need to set up 2. I need to do this. Okay. So 2 of that. And then we're gonna do bludgeoning. Like so. Dragon Strike. We're gonna do Dragon Ferocity. Like so. That gives me the +8. And then we make another. So your full attack routine would look like this with this setup. And I just drag a dice here, and we do 1.5, and we do 1, and we do strength, and we do bludgeoning, like so. That is going to be your quote-unquote +1 from Dex 14, because it has a different modifier here, X 1.5 as opposed to the first one. So this will do 1d6 +6, this will do 1d6 +8. So when you attack, this is your first attack, damage, second attack, damage, like so. And then if I wanted to make a new spell, stone Let's do stone hands. I'm going to want to add a add spell action. Add self. We're going to do self on you're gonna have to turn that off, unfortunately. Round, yes. Fixed. 6. No. We're going to do damage. Six. And then I don't believe Earth is a damage type in the system. So we're just going to do magic. 6 magic, like so. And I think that's what we're at. And then you would shut it off after 2 attacks. So boost. And I created my own spell. And then from here, I'm going to use Charlie Runkle. If it'll let me. Come on. Why won't it let me? Charlie Runkle is not working right. Okay. We drop it here. Well, won't you work? It's not working. Well, I'm gonna save. And I think that's it. Right? I don't think I have any more. I don't want to keep you guys longer. That basically covers everything, right? I typed in here, you have your notes here. And then if you actually need to keep notes on other stuff, you just go to notes and create your notes. And then you type it in, blah blah blah, and you label it. Sarik's notes, etc. And then you type in whatever you want. And it'll be here, and you just fill it in, and I loot 3 expos. You type it in, whatever you need to do. You delete that. And then I save by typing save at the end. So you would just, type in your size, medium, your age, your appearance. You have this Oriod. And then we have, because I'm paying for one more with a fee, I have DR4, that's my defense. Hit points, 10D, 10 with a 6. So 3 modifier, I would have 13. Awesome. And where would we track? This is the key thing here. Where would we track endurance? There's no real good place for me to do that here.